Our top story during this 6 o'clock hour, one-on-one with New Bedford's mayor. Big changes coming both on land and by sea. ABC 6 anchor Casey Kantz and our ABC 6 team caught up with the mayor earlier this week and got a look ahead at his 2023 plans.
Changing the face of New Bedford, from a pedestrian bridge to greet travelers by car to a new rail to Boston and giant wind turbines on the water. The old industrial town is getting a facelift.
We've seen over the last 20 years the flight of capital to America's so-called superstar cities, like the closest two to us are Boston and New York, but there are plenty of examples around the country. And so many places that had been manufacturing hubs, like New Bedford, have tried to find their way.
Longtime Mayor John Mitchell is leading the charge. The whaling city currently front and center as the location for the nation's first commercial-scale offshore wind project.
What the offshore wind industry presents New Bedford is a singular opportunity to attract private capital and therefore grow jobs here, right? Grow the kind of jobs that create opportunity for our residents and let them pursue the American dream, take care of their kids, and live a good life here.
This spring, the Vineyard Wind Project will move above ground from a stage that saw contractors lay cable and build substations to wind turbines and blades showing up on the city waterfront.
And that'll be a real spectacle. Each blade is longer, the typical wind farm these days is longer than a football field, and each one of these facilities has 3 of them, right? So they are enormous, and when they're on land, they're hard to miss.
And speaking of on land, New Bedford is getting ready to welcome the South Coast Rail to town, bringing inbound service to Boston later this year. That won't be a short train ride, though, taking more than an hour. For that reason, the mayor isn't expecting New Bedford to become a commuter town, but the direct connection to the city won't be wasted either.
But as we know, there's been changes in work habits and the workplace-home relationship. People aren't going into work nearly as much. And so even though it's a longer train ride, it may offer folks an opportunity to take a train from New Bedford to Boston, say 3 days a week, right? That seems to be more realistic.
The mayor has other infrastructure issues he's dealing with too. A number of older schools that need to be renovated or replaced, and garnering headlines recently, the much talked about Ash Street Jail and what to do with it. One of the oldest jails in the country. Newly elected Bristol County Sheriff Paul Heroux recently announced his intention to close it. Casey Kantz, ABC 6 News.